Hello, everyone. I love the hope that comes with Christmas time and the joy of the whole story, the way God has come to man and how he loves us and cares for us, and the way we get together and enjoy each other. And for one season of the year, the lights are out and it defies darkness. We talk about and think about the miracle of God giving his son to us. There's a story in Matthew that gives us incredible hope. It's the story of the wise men who came in search of Jesus and the wonderful results that happened when they came and found Jesus. In fact, the story tells us when they found Jesus, that they saw him. That word saw means that they recognized him and that he became visible to them in a way that he knew them and they knew him. And they were filled with exceeding joy and they lavished gifts upon him. Wow, what a great moment. And that is the longing of every heart, is to know Jesus and to see him as he is for who he is, and let him transform us into worshiping, loving, generous people. What was it that set them apart? Matthew says, now after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem, saying, where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star when it rose, and have come to worship him. They came from hundreds of miles away at great expense. It says they saw his star. That's the first sign of wisdom that we have in these men, these scholars, astronomers, astrologers, scholars, prophets, all wound up into one. They interpreted the times. They looked for a larger context. They didn't simply look at the details of their own life, their own situation, but like the men of Israel, one of the tribes is said in the Old Testament, they knew how to interpret the times and what to do. They had watched the stars. Astronomers tell us that in 11 to 12 BC, Halley's Comet came through the area in ancient Palestine. And also in 7 BC, there was an alignment of Jupiter, the royal star, and Saturn, the star that was thought to represent the nation of Israel, the Jewish people. And so they were watching and they were looking at prophecy, and they understood that a king was to be born, and they didn't want to miss out. So they were aware, they were diligent, they paid the price for the passion of their heart. It took 500 miles if they came from ancient Babylon by camelback, carrying incredible riches with lots of people, risk, danger. They pursued their passion. They made Christ their priority. They went to King Herod and they asked him about where the Christ child would be, and that was after they'd been asking around Jerusalem. They looked for a king in a king's palace, and they listened to Herod, but something was a little bit off, and so they found themselves going in a different direction. They listened to God instead of the current wisdom of their day. Real wisdom looks at things at a deeper level, and they did that. And then they came and they sought after Mary and Joseph and after the baby, and when they found him, they worshiped. They fell down. Herod said he wanted to do the same thing, but he had no real interest. You see, wisdom is shown by what we do more than it is shown by what we say. And they came and they threw themselves down and they worshiped Jesus at his feet. They were filled with joy. And without even realizing it, perhaps, they became a part of the greater story of God. You see, there's nothing that we do that is left untouching of others around us. What we do affects other people. The scholars believe that what they gave in gold and frankincense and myrrh pointed to Jesus' ministry, his mission, and the current moment. It also helped finance what they would need when that poor couple from Nazareth headed off in exile to Egypt to replay the story of the exile of God's people. And there they had the financing necessary to do God's work. moral of that story is that when we're wise, when we set off with our passion to follow God, He does amazing things in our lives that go way beyond us. I pray this Advent season that you'll discover the wisdom of the wise men and the joy of the worship they know and knew that we can know as well. Hey, God bless you. I get to say Merry Christmas. That's kind of fun. Look forward to seeing you soon in church. Take care. I'm Pastor Tim. This is our Advent devotional series. God bless you.